Summertime and the living is easy.
Stupid.
So, second half of summer, if we have a look at these violas here, they've gone over quite a lot, and this one here you can kind of see in the centre the core of the plant there. Can you see that? And this is all the summer growth that we've put on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, you know me, when it comes to pruning, I don't take any prisoners. We're going to cut it back to that original, well, it's a little bit bigger than the original plant we put in about a year or so ago, was it? There we go. So that can go for composting or recycling. So, oh, look at that. So, taking out the odd weed and a metal birdwing. We'll do that to all three of these. And what we'll find, here we are in August, we'll find then that by, I would say, a month's time, middle of September, we'll have a nice new flush of growth. We're going to feed it with our favourite high potash tomato feed or something like that. High potash encourages the flowers, and we'll find a nice little dome of flowers on there that will keep flowering well into the autumn. So I suppose the message is, don't be afraid to have a good firm tidy up trim on some of these summer flowering plants. So this actually, these violas are not like what I would call the bedding plant violas, which are grown from seed, like the pansies. These are perennial violas. These are violas that are grown normally from cuttings, so they'll come back year after year. Oh, look at this one here. Let's move that solar light out the way, and if you come and have a look here, you can see that, look, there's all this year's growth, but it's trying to start again from the middle. Can you see those new shoots there? So all we're doing is kind of cooperating with the way that the plant wants to grow, really. So he's showing us that he's keen to start again from the middle, and this prune will see us right through, I would say, for the next year. It will form a nice little dome in the autumn and give us some flowers over the winter. It will flower next spring, and then sometime probably around about next July, August, we'll do the same again, give it a good feed and start all over. At the back here, this fella you will have seen on one of my previous videos, pruning evergreen plants, and you will have seen us pruning back this Escallonia Gold Brian. There's a little stump left from when we pruned this. We pruned this back in March, so I wouldn't want to be pruning this too hard this time of the year, because when you prune you encourage new growth, and things like Escallonias are not particularly hardy over the winter. They can take frost and that, but the best time to prune these evergreens that flower in the summer is in March, so you get this lovely new flush, and that's gorgeous. A little hint of pink to some of the new growth there. We may get some flowers now in the autumn. So a plant like this, don't prune in the summer or late summer. Prune them early in the year, and then you're cooperating with the plant the way that it grows. It likes to put on new growth in the spring and the summer, so it's responded to that prune really well. So that's the violas. Escallonia Gold Brian needs nothing doing to it. Rather like our black-eyed Susie there. It's grown well this year. Might just want to keep on tucking the shoots into there. Again, high potash tomato food to encourage the flowers. This little fella here, quick summer tour of the garden. This is a yucca that's really kind of put on lots of side shoots this year. Several different types of yuccas out there. This variegated one is a lovely kind of bold green and yellow stripe, which looks nice against the that purple foliage on the cotinus behind there. It's almost as if someone planned it. Anyway, this one's filamentosa, and as you can see along the edge of the leaves here, he's got these little filaments. Can you see those? So that's why it's called filamentosa, because he's got these little kind of curly filaments of tissue there along the edge of the leaves. It can occasionally get a spike of white flowers. We've had this in the garden probably I don't know, 10-12 years, and maybe once or twice we've had the flower spike on it, but really it's for that nice evergreen cluster of leaves. I like this one because although it's got sharp points on the leaves, it's not a dangerous, it's not a cruel yucca. Some of the other ones have got very, very firm leaves and very sharp points, and yeah, you wouldn't want to be brushing them too much. Anyway, that's filamentosa yucca. This fella here, our Alstromeria, which makes a wonderful cut flower in the summer. This one's been in about 4 or 5 years and has really kind of, it probably needs to be lifted and divided. But we cut back some of the stems, the first flowering stems, earlier in the summer, in the middle, and you can see that they've kind of started to flower again, and it looks a lot neater, whereas the stuff that we didn't prune is kind of all over the place. So, you know what's needed. We're going in. So, we're not going to be shy here. And again, if we get a decent spell of autumn weather, we may get a second flush of flowers in, where are we now, middle of August, so, well, early August, so maybe middle of September through till October. Often if we get what we call an Indian summer, some nice warm sunny weather, and of course the old high potash fertiliser to encourage more flowers, we could have a lovely show. Again, this is a slightly tender plant, Alstromeria. This one has come through some hard winters, but we just tend, if we had some hard frost forecast, we'll just wrap some straw around the core of the plant. So this one died back to the ground last winter. We had some decent frosts last winter, so it died back right down below ground, and then by kind of end of March we could see all the new shoots starting, and within 2 months it was right up here and in flower. So just protecting the root and the kind of the core of the plant. There you go. Job done. So that looks a bit neater. There's our rose, lastly but not leastly, which you will have seen that we did some deadheading. This is the second flush of flowers. It flowered first in May, June. We cut off those first flowers, and as a result now it's put on all this lovely fresh new growth, and we're going to have a nice show of roses right through into September. Very nice too. So that's the power of deadheading after your first flush of roses. That's enough for today. Thank you very much.